69 here for Overclock.net, Computex 2013, Nanoxia. Let's move over here. We have a nice gentleman who will introduce his cases to us.
I'm Herman from Nanoxia from Germany. I'd like to introduce our case here now. This is the DS1. DS means deep silence, and it's the first case which we announced last autumn already, which is still available since last autumn. It's a fully noise insulated case which form besides the doors, and you've got fan controllers here, and very easy to attach fans which you can replace very easily, and you can also clean the fan filters and replace them easily like this. Just close it and then it's done. In addition, we got an I/O panel on top of the case. You can close it for a clean design, and we can also close this fan cover. We call it air chimney. That means in case you need better heat dissipation, or you like to get the hot air out, or you like to install fans, you can easily open it up like this. And then if you don't need it, you can just close it again. This is the main idea behind this functionality. All Nanoxia cases are ready for water cooling. Ready for water cooling does not mean that you just have some holes where you can get a tube. That means, for example, you can add radiators here. You just simply take out, for example, the hard drive like this. You got more space here. That means you got better air ventilation for bigger VGA setups, for example. If you unscrew this cage, you can add a 240 millimeter radiator behind the intake fans in every possible depth because you got a lot of space here. And the remaining hard drives you can just detach and add them here, for example, just like this. On top of the case, although it's 220 millimeter wide, normally you do not find enough space to mount a 240 millimeter radiator. That's why we added a lot of additional mounting holes so that a radiator can be mounted towards the left side panel, so you got much more space. So even 45 millimeter thick radiators will fit, up to 240 millimeter. So from this point of view, the case is very flexible, and we received a lot of attraction from customers all over the world, especially from the US market so far. We got a fan filter on the bottom, yes, and we got noise and anti-vibration filter with rubber on it, of course. And in the accessory pack, you will find even closed covers to close the grommets here, to replace this one as well, to make it as much noise insulated as possible. It's complete filter with bitumen on the sides, and also below the top panel inside is bitumen, and on the other hand you got the foam as shown already behind the front doors. Okay, this is our newest case. This is DS6, which will be available very soon. Everything is completed so far. We have a similar design like for DS1. That means we got the same functionality for the fans. This time we got 140 millimeter fans because the case is wider. We got 4 ODD, 2 times fan control, each for 3 fans, as shown on DS1 already. And here, on top of the case, we got the hidden I/O panel as well, as we know before. What we improved now is we used the air chimney again on DS6, but here we got 2 parts. The case comes right with 240 millimeter fans right out of the box. If you turn on, if you open the air chimney, you will find that the fans start running. That means in case you need better ventilation, you just open the top panel and the fans will start moving. We added the functionality to the fans for the radiator as well now. This case is extraordinarily large, and it can take 360 millimeter radiator on top, 280 millimeter, or 240. I can just close it, and you will see the fans stop rotating now. The idea is to have as much possibilities for water cooling users as possible. And you can see that even a thick radiator in push-pull configuration with 6 fans in total fits easily. Same like for the front radiator. Here you can go up to 280 millimeter, and also here you can have a push-pull mounting. We just mounted for demonstration 4 VGA cards so that you can have an impression how large this case is in total. In addition, we are showing a prototype of a water cooling system which is not available now, but you can see that we are working on something which is of course especially made for silent operation. In case you don't need a radiator here because you don't like to go for water cooling, you can just stack hard disk drive cages which are available separately, one onto the other, and finally the case can take up to 21 hard disk drives if you like to. Wow. So it's pretty flexible. The total depth is 250 millimeter. That means you got a lot of space behind, a lot of space for cable management. I think it's around 2.5 to 3 centimeters. It comes completely noise insulated as well. This is a new case which we're showing here for the first time. Here we removed already the lower hard drive case to show the possibilities. You can have a 240 millimeter radiator in front, and we got different mounting points for the hard drive cages. It's a bigger version than the DS1 is, a more simple top panel. You can take up to 2 PCI slots and 4 ODD. But the base construction is the same. Just in case you don't like to have an air chimney or you don't like to have a radiator on top, this could be the right choice for you. The same functionality on top as seen before on the other models.
The spin around, you can see.
Okay. The same design.
It's a nice weight.
Yeah, it's a nice version, right? Also fully noise insulated. And here in Germany, just for demonstration, we can show that we do some for system integrators as well. This is a special design. We made it for a customer in Germany, and we made also the color that fits to his personal needs to get a CI color again. And we made already this claw design for him that fits to his ideas, and we even got this on the labels of his fans, just to meet his ideas. And this is another one we just finished for MSI. In Germany and in Europe, MSI is selling gaming machines, gaming PCs as well. They got special requirements regarding ENI shielding and transport security and all these things. And we just received their order. This is the first prototype which we take with us to Germany just to show it to them. This is cooperation with MSI. This case, we call it DS1. This is also available already on the market. And the DS2 is different to the others we made before because here we made it pretty long. It's narrow, it's 207 millimeters only. That means you cannot get any water cooling solutions very nicely added to the top of the panel. That's why I made it longer, so you can have 2 fans beside the hard drive cages, add a radiator, or you can even set up push-pull solution with 2 additional fans here. It's still enough space for longer VGA cards. And we got, of course, a fixed hard drive case. Different to the other models, we made it a little simpler. That means we got fan controls as usual, and the same kind of closings here. But the door here is fixed. It means if you like to attach the fans, you have to take off the front panel. But still the same design, following the same design idea like all the other cases that we're showing so far. Then we got another one. Then we got another one. This is also brand new and was not shown until now. This is a micro ATX case which we call DS4. For DS4 we got exactly the same functionality. You can remove the hard drive cages in case you need better airflow for your VGA cards or you like to mount especially long VGA cards. All should fit to the case as well. You can take one out for example. Of course, because of the limited length of the case, we cannot mount the hard drives here. This will not fit. But what we can do is, we can add a water cooling system here inside as well. 140 millimeter, we got still space for at least one VGA card or for a second one here, because this includes also an adapter for 3.5 inch. But in general, it's following the same style and the same idea like all other cases, also with additional fan controllers and the same design behind the phone. So far we got a complete setup of cases from micro ATX to HPTX, from DS1, DS2, DS4, DS5, DS6. On DS3 we are still working on, but we got something totally new. What we got totally new is this design. This is our ITX case, and this is a pretty improved version, and we got a lot of features here. As you can see, we got a complete new design. It's different to the existing line. And here we got the opportunity. The customer can choose if you like to have this mesh area on top for better airflow, or if you like to have a closed cover which you can replace easily. On the side, we made it like this. We got all the openings that we need for air ventilation to one side. That means the air intake for the PSU and the air intake for a bigger VGA card is mounted on this side, with a side panel like this. Also with the same cover, it can be closed or with mesh design for better air intake. And the funny thing is that on this small micro ATX case, you can have a 280 millimeter radiator in front. You can use any VGA card. We have a lot of space here. You can use every PSU because it's not limited in length or depth here. And if you turn it around, you can see we got 120 millimeter fan here, up to 150 here. At the end, if you have a look in the system, you can see we can take out 3 hardest drives in one cage. You can remove with one click. You can mount all your hardware components onto this mainboard and to this mainboard tray here, which you can take out easily by moving it to this direction. Get it in again, move it to the back, and then secure the 2 screws here. And here on the back you can have up to 150 millimeter fan. This will be designed we're planning to have on the back side. And if you're really going for water cooling, you can just simply unscrew the ODD bracket and have a 280 millimeter radiator on top. That means this is an IDS case. This can take every mainboard 280 millimeter radiators if you like. This is what we're working now, and this is something we're very proud of because this is really different to all other cases on the market so far.
Very good. Let's just take a quick look here at your fan, your cables. Nicely shaped cables.
Yes, we're selling the cables since 9 months, something like this. Very successful because the quality is pretty outstanding. It's different to most of the cables that you found on the market. That's why we deal with this. So
I know cable sleeving is something that we're interested in.
Yeah, I
would like to take a look at your
water cooling system.
All-in-one water cooling here.
Yes, the water cooling we are working on will be different than others because we insist to have a copper radiator and not aluminum like on other solutions. We like to make it more deep so that we have more depth and more volume. At the end, we'll be able to have more water in total. That means we're planning to reduce the fan speed and have as low pump speed as possible. That means we like to have 3 dips so that we can choose between low, minimum and maximum speed of the pump. The fans should be controlled by PWM signal. It doesn't make sense for us only if the solution is very quiet, otherwise it doesn't fit to the rest of our goods.
Where is the pump? Is the pump in?
Yes, the pump is included here.
That's a very low pump then.
Yes.
I've seen like some get quite tall because of the pump. That's for a pump included water block, that is very low.
We mounted the same system in the DS6, which I showed you before. It should be lighting as well. We're still working on this. Hope to have it ready end of the year.
That's something that we're all looking forward to. Well, thank you very much. Kip69 from overclock.net. Goodbye.